Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene. Today's date is October 16, 2022. Special report new. This is my third YouTube channel. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. Episode 437, Nukes in Europe. NATO, preemptive strike on Russia. And Evac Ukraine now, many nations are saying. So some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot subscriber, Andrei Martinyov, a retired Russian military analyst, Scott Ritter, a retired U.S. Marine military analyst, Alexander Makaras, a journalist in England, Alexander Christoforou, a journalist in Greece, Hal Turner, former CIA, now truther, and some other sites and information. Okay, so some of the things we'll be covering is a background of this Steadfast Noon, this Nuke exercise that's currently going on in the nations around Ukraine, and I'll get into it, and I think that very likely you may come to the same conclusion I have, that this could absolutely be a repeat of a 1983 Able Archer event that happened at the end in 1983 of an exercise that was going on where something live or alleged to be a live nuke was going to be dropped on Russia, and Russia activated their defenses. It was just in the nick of time that event did not happen. Now, Scott Ritter is comparing this situation of Steadfast Noon to a possible scenario like Able Archer. And we have many nations last night who said to their embassies close, evacuate Ukraine immediately. Okay, I have a Patriot subscriber. In my last video, I put out that information that came from Decode, and also I recall maybe a month ago that Mike from around the world had put out this information that certain things were going on with our gasoline supplies inside the U.S., and Mike made this comment: this is what a nation does when it's preparing for war. And that information from Decode was that the U.S. military was nationalizing certain locations of Walmart and Amazon. And I had a Patriot subscriber said, which part of the U.S. is nationalizing the underground areas of Walmart and Amazon? I believe it's the 70% that are still looking to a previous individual in office as being the commander-in-chief. It's not the actor JB. All right, so now let's get started with this Steadfast Noon, and I had to do quite a bit of research to really get a handle on it. Oh, we're not going to really tell you what's going on because this is what NATO is saying. Hey, it's an annual exercise, and we're going to do it this year. Well, how long has it been an annual exercise? Since 2020. And when did the campaign begin against Ukraine? Wasn't that 2014 when the U.S. shadow government got rid of the elected president of Ukraine and put in their proxy? Wasn't it 2014? And according to Duran report, NATO has had a 10-year plan for Ukraine. And oh look, in 2020, we put in this military exercise to gather all these planes and bombs And hey, you don't think we're going to use live bombs, do you? You do believe us, don't you? No, we don't. Absolutely not. Since 2020, this exercise has been in place. Russia does well to get their citizens in their bunkers and to prepare for a preemptive strike from NATO. That's the only logical conclusion I can come to. All right. So we have a time difference between Ukraine and the U.S. of about 9 hours. So today's October 16, and I calculated from 10 a.m. So tonight so now it would be October 16 in Ukraine, about 10 p.m. at night. And the warning came out from Hal Turner and Steve Quayle's site last night. That would have been about 9 p.m. So that would have been on October 15. So a few hours ago. It was China, Uzbekistan, Turkestan, all the stands, and Serbia said to their citizens, get out of Ukraine now. And that was last night. Okay, so steadfast noon, this NATO exercise is going to be 14 out of 30 NATO nations, and it's going to run from October 17 to October 30. And they're practicing. We're only practicing dropping nukes on Ukraine and maybe Russia. And we've been practicing this since 2020. It's an annual exercise. We couldn't cancel it this year. So, all right. And hey, we're only going to do the practice. Russia doesn't have anything to worry about. We're going to do this practice 1,000 kilometers, or about 625 miles from Russia. Oh, that's reassuring, because we know about missiles and weapons that can travel thousands of miles. That's reassuring. All right. Now, where are they going to be putting some of these things? So we have Russia, we have Ukraine, and let's go over here. And we know we need to draw a new map now. This is actually Russia coming down here. That took in the new places of Luhansk, Donetsk, Kherson, Zaporizhzhia. So are we talking about being 625 miles from this border, or from this one right here? Which is it, NATO? If I had to guess, I would say it's this one right here. And oh, you have nothing to worry about. Okay. So we have this, we have Germany, and we have the Netherlands, because we have some bases going on here. So we have, I think Vocal base is right here. The U.S. is putting nuke planes, and also in Germany at Bushel. So we have Vocal base, I think that's in the Netherlands, and Bushel in Germany. You don't have to worry about anything. And then we've got some in Belgium. We've got some in Italy. We've got some in Turkey. And Turkey would be down here. But Turkey, we believe, is aligning with Russia. So, and we're going to load the planes with mock nukes. You don't think we would use really hot nukes, do you? Yes, I absolutely do. I believe that there's a certain number of psychopaths in charge of NATO and in charge of the shadow U.S. government who would absolutely use hot tactical nukes. I believe it. Okay. And now we have this. We have the U.S. is going to be flying their B-52s out of Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota. And then they're going to do their training flights in Belgium, the North Sea, and UK and England. And let's recall, it's England, it's Finland, it's other nations who are getting radiation pills out to their people. Okay. And we have this. Yeah, we have this. This is coming out from multiple sources now all over the internet when I was doing research for this. Multiple sources from multiple NATO nations. How are we going to prepare citizens with our TV announcements for a nuke being used in Ukraine? That's being discussed. Okay. Now, we have this. We have another source saying in Belarus there's 70,000 Belarus troops and 100,000 Ukraine troops. And Andrei Martyanov, yeah, he's saying that 220,000 troops have been mobilized in Russia. And we have this from Hal Turner that came out last night. The Chinese are warning their people, along with Kazakhstan, all the stands, and Turkey and Serbia, saying to their people inside Ukraine, this came out late last night, get out of Ukraine. So now we, the people of America, know what to pray about, don't we? And we have to, I think it's good to recall that God is in charge and He is on the move. We had that recent information coming out from the prophet Dutch Sheets and his pastor brother Tim Sheets, that God had sent seraphim angels down to earth to help us, we the people of God, to fight against this evil that's going on. So, I love you, and I'll see you soon.